What's good, everybody? It's Lucid here, back for another video, and today I'm going to be showing you my personal favorite skill loadout collection that you could get in Mass Effect, and those are the 3 skills that you can equip to different loadouts. So for the first skill, if you go to combat, you'll see Concussive Shot. I love Concussive Shot because not only does it do an insane amount of damage to people who don't have armor, and it can knock them back, it does a fairly good amount of damage to shields, and it can also detonate detonation primer. So if you set somebody on fire or use cryo blast and you use concussive blast, it'll cause a huge explosion. It's really an all-round type of ability. I feel like everybody would like it. For the second ability in biotics, I have Lance. Now for Lance is basically a biotic ball of energy that you can chuck at people. It does a crazy amount of damage and force. Anything that uses force means it can knock people back if they don't have armor. And the reason I use Lance in my loadout is because it does a way bigger amount of damage towards shields than any other ability that I've seen so far. And it can also detonate detonation primers such as Incinerate and Flamethrower. Now my last one is, of course, Incinerate, how I was just talking. I really like Incinerate because not only does it set people up for detonation primers, it also does damage over time, and it lessens people's armor. And if you get this last ability that I'm showing you here right here on the screen, it's called Double Incinerate. It'll break the Incinerate bolt into 2, and they can both spread out and track by themselves and get 2 people riled up on fire. And then you could use Concussive Blast and Lance on 2 separate targets and cause 2 separate detonations, which can maximize the amount of damage. Those 3 powers together just really change the whole battlefield. They're really fluid together. I really love using them together. Also, another note is that Concussive Shot also tracks people just like Incinerate. So you don't really have to worry about directly aiming at people unless you have Lance. But as I said, really the only time I use Lance is when people have shields, or if I have somebody up and prime for detonation and I've already used my Concussive Shot. But if you max out all 3 of these abilities, their recharge time is ridiculous, so you can keep getting it back to back. And just to prove how effective it is and how fast you go through enemies, I'm finna go ahead and show you me using these 3 abilities in combat, just so you can get a feel of it.
Try to stop me. We got it.
This appears to be a cat secure storage building. The entry is locked out by a defense matrix.
Damn, whatever they're protecting must be important. Find that defense matrix and shut it down. Extra frosty.
Pathfinder, I recommend you head toward the primary tower. It appears to be the core of the base.
As you can see from using those 3 abilities, nothing is really much of a challenge when it comes to the combat. Because, I mean, it's still challenging, but you're allowed to put a bit more strategy into it, and to really strong abilities that, you know, just really help. And I know other people might have their other personal preferences. I just personally feel like this is the best one. Also, for a possible profile that could go with this, I personally like the Explorer profile. It maximizes the abilities of all 3 of the trees, which is biotics, combat, and tech. It gives you a 25% recharge bonus on your tech, 25% power on your biotics, and 25% power restoration and defense. And you can also teleport. You can teleport through matter, you jump higher, and you do 9% more battle damage. So I really feel like those combinations are really good. But that's about a wrap for the video. If you enjoyed the video, leave me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. Thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for the next one. Peace.